Give me your love. So just give me your love. So just give me your, yeah. So just give me your love. All the time, yeah. So just give me your love. More at a time.
Got your back.
Lift you up when you fall.
Like dominoes.
Watch
Watch
them
them fall.
fall, baby.
Girl, you fine when you break it down. Got them other shorties mad when you come around.
Yeah, so tell a girl, say you sing things on up. Some fat deliver.
Watch how I turn up on you, yeah, yeah. Love the way how you move, yeah, yeah. And I love what you do, yeah, yeah. Can't take my mind off of you, baby. Shake you down, baby, this a robbery. Can't miss a chance, this ain't no monopoly. Used to be wild, now this a monogamy. Can't lose even mama
Me used
proud
to
of
have
me.
enough gal on my team. Gal from Brooklyn, gal from Queens. Just to do anything, just forget in between. I'ma move like a king, I'ma find me a queen, baby. Royalty, that's how you think about. A youth or us did I sing about. Baby girl, make me hear you sing.
Hey, Hubies. What's happening? Been a little while, huh? Hold on, let me get the live situated. You know, cause we doing stuff. We doing stuff around here. Old things, new things, all types of things. It's happening. You know what I mean? Look, and as I say, let me get the live situated. I think the phone is fucking turning off now. So what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Technology just betraying me. And this is an old phone that I'm using to do the live. And I forgot that I got rid of the phone because it was fucking around, you know? And I'm trying to use it right now. And what is it doing? Oh, it's fucking around. It's fucking around bad. Okay? So whatever now. All right? We can't be back without something going wrong. Okay? Oh, now it's back. All right, that's a bet. Hey, Hubies. We back. We back in effect. And we're going to pretend like we never left. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how you'll be back. That's how you be back. By being in denial, you know? So, what we're going to do is turn this Bluetooth off because the Bluetooth used to be on this phone. Now it needs to be on this new phone. And it looks like I connected two at the same time, which is crazy. Okay, so we can open this up. You know, since I'm over here just muttering, rambling, yammering, we can open this up the way that we like to. And that's with an episode of Highland High. Now, this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a little bit of a long one. Maybe we cut it. I don't know. But he got some stuff going on. And true to the type of person I am, I'm just seeing how much this ridiculousness could work to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're getting the live situated. Hopefully the phone don't fall over, which is what it's doing. Because I can't win today. Can't win today. Today is just not the day for me winning. The phone is too heavy. Too heavy for the live. Okay, so I think we good. I think we situated. Oh, God. All right. So, we're going to play a little something from Highland High. Okay, and he's detailing some stuff about his life and I guess his relationship, and I guess, you know, this is all for TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because risk it all for TikTok. You know, that's what we've learned. Risk it all for TikTok. Okay. And it's not like I didn't say that literally years ago now. You know, we had Highland on this podcast because we knew that whatever he decided to do, it was going to be entertainment gold. You understand? And I had no clue just how right I would be. All right, because I believe, before this podcast was rudely interrupted by me, we was going over how shorties was calling this man, a rapist. You know what I'm saying? They was calling him some wild stuff. And I'm saying rapist because the algorithms be picking up wild words. Okay, so we're gonna say grape, and we're gonna say grapist. Okay, so like I said, the world was calling this man a grapist. All right, so now he got some shit to say about some shit, and I think he having some problems with his wife. Now let me tell you what you don't do. Okay, when you having problems with your whole wife, I'm talking about you got a whole family and shit, don't put that shit on the internet. All right, that's the one thing you don't want to do. Because why? You get people like me get to be in your business. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Modem too, holding it down, talking like he talking. You know what I'm saying? Modem. And like I said, you get guys like me in your business. Okay, so we about to get all in this guy business right now because he about to lay it all out for us. Y'all take a listen if you can.
Low income communities, and she asked me to duet a video, and I stated to her that normally,
and you can hear the babies in the background,
see myself charging you,
which is crazy.
So yeah, no problem, I got you. She then went and was messy. Told another person that posted
and was messy
and tried to push a narrative that
talking like a gay guy. You know what I'm saying?
Charging them for it, and it was cap. And I destroyed that narrative. She then took to her platform to say, oh, well, I find it, I want to say disingenuous. That's just the word we use. But
a lot.
That you didn't tell them that I sent your children art kits.
Already sounds like a psycho.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I told you my children didn't need those because they weren't at a point of maturity that they wouldn't just mess over those art kits. So how dare you mention my children?
It's internet beef about an art kit.
Video with me then when they mentioned the children. Now you have a woman accusing your husband of sexual assault and you say nothing?
Talking about his wife.
We got into an argument about it.
Talking about his wife.
What am I supposed to say?
She yelled at me like a little baby. You know what I mean?
And I said, and this was at the time where I had already shut down every narrative.
Okay.
I said, I shouldn't have to coach you on what to say, but I'm going to give you an example.
Go ahead. Give us an example.
I understand people are saying things about my husband.
Listen to him.
I understand there's a woman accusing my husband of sexual assault.
He's talking as a woman because this is how he sounds in his head. You know what I'm saying?
And I know this is not indicative of who he is. I am not saying that this lady is lying because I was not there, which she was valid in. She was not there.
Okay.
But you didn't have to invalidate her to support me. And it was at that moment I knew that if you're going to allow me to get drugged through the mud like this,
oh my God,
publicly branded,
come on,
a sexual predator, a rapist, etc., and you say nothing, yeah, our ship has sailed.
I ain't gonna play too much more of that. Maybe I'll play it on another episode or something like that. But y'all can hear what's kind of happening right there. He's straight smoking his wife now. This is not his girlfriend. This is not just his baby mother. Just his whole wife. He's smoking his wife with the babies in the background. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I've never seen a man do that. Never in my life. Never in my life. This is new for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's these new guys. You know what I mean? They're doing new guy stuff, like smoking your baby moms. For one, you smoking your wife on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And my man got a following, like 1 million people gonna watch him smoke his wife live on TikTok with the babies in the background. You know, and you have to just wonder, what was the goal? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not a married man and I don't got children either. But it's because you gotta learn how to keep yourself in order before you get those. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's married, he got children, but he's doing stuff like this and that's what I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? Like, you get married, you have children, and you start doing stuff like this, and now all the years and all the time and all the money you spent being married and having children is like one big goddamn regret now. You know what I'm saying? And you can't even say, you can't blame the woman. Woman can't really blame you. Maybe y'all just wasn't ready. Maybe you just shouldn't have did the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be alone for a while and figure it out and figure out how to be a human being You know what I'm saying? Instead of just rushing to get married, having some children, and now you got to smoke your wife in front of your children on TikTok. Okay? No, thank you. No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of shit is not for the public. It's not for the public. And don't get me wrong. I'm a wild man. You know what I'm saying? I be outside. Like I told you, I shouted out Mr. Modem a little earlier. You know how I met him? Because we was outside at the afties, all times of the night, in the morning, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever. Rockstar shit. You understand? That's how I live my life. And that's how I know I don't need to be married. You feel me? You gotta be finished with all of that shit. You gotta be finished with the extras before you gonna put some woman in your house. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You know what I mean? You put the woman in the house, and then you put the babies in the house, and then you still on bug out shit. What are you doing? You know, and y'all gonna and for those of y'all who watch the video podcast, y'all gonna see the video for that. And that was like 9 minutes of video. I played you like 1 minute or something like that. Pardon, I'm crying a little bit because it's funny to me. It's fucking funny. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all gonna see the video to that. And y'all gonna see him. He's in the crib or something. He's in the crib or something. You know, with the babies, and he's smoking the lady. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Some people can't be alone with themselves to the point where you can't even sit on the toilet. You know what I mean? And be alone with your thoughts, you know, for long enough to know yourself. You know what I mean? You rushing out of the bathroom too. That's why y'all not washing your hands, and y'all not wiping your ass. You know what I mean? Because it's the solitary thoughts that scare y'all. You know, y'all so afraid of yourself. Y'all so much don't know yourself because you're always looking for other people, searching eternally for other people. And that's why you're not washing your hands, and that's why you're not wiping your ass. So when you see people like that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you in a stall or something at work or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? And somebody finish using the bathroom and you don't hear that water go off, you ain't hear that toilet paper roll spin, it's problem is at home. You know what I'm saying? That's self-consciousness. You know, issues with self-consciousness and self-awareness. That's what that is for real. It's not just being a filthy motherfucker. You know, and we just discovered something because I'm a therapist. Okay. And this is podcast therapy still. Okay. And that does it for our episode of Highland High, man. And you know, we got to bring back the whole cast of characters. You understand what I'm saying? So if you think we don't got an episode of Ben Backwards, you're out of your goddamn mind. Now, Ben is back with a vengeance. Okay. And he's doing a bunch of stuff. Now, I seen something that he did here. I don't truly know what it is. Okay. Because I never truly know what it is. You know, he's doing his own thing, you know, and we're just going to hear from him right now. So shout out to Ben Backwards. Let's see if this thing even plays, you know, and what you got to look for and look and listen for with Ben is just the nervousness. Like he's kicking to you, you know, motivational speaker shit and life coaching shit. But there's always like an underlying insecurity in the words and in the presentation. If you watch the video podcast, you'll see him. You'll actually see him, and you'll see there's a light blanket, you know, of insecurity, and that's hilarious. You know what I mean? And that's why we like watching Ben, and that's why we like critiquing what he does. So let's see what the hell Ben's talking about. If this is, I don't even know if this is it, to be real with you. Okay. Yes, it is.
Oh, revenue, not cash collected. No, dude. No, not in my world.
Oh, right, so the video is sped up.
That was cash as profit. All right, what's it called? So we're rolling August 15 in your homeworks.
He have to speed up the video. It says how Ed made $202,000 in 30 days.
And then cash, well, like there. I mean, I did track cash, but like cash flow. Number 2 is the progress. I started to get structure. Hired a bookkeeper. This is number 2. Yeah.
This is number 2.
Hired a bookkeeper. Started to track expenses. Realized that my expenses were strict high.
Okay, so far nothing groundbreaking here.
I started to focus on the sales process, and we introduced
about making $200,000 in 30 days.
What's the biggest game changer for you? The biggest game changer is that tracking. So I put tracking, like tracking.
I'm tracking.
To create a game plan and a strategy, and it's allowed me to focus on what I can change and I can improve.
Nice. All right, and in your experience, because you know, we mentioned tracking your expenses, we mentioned tracking your sales call.
Regular shit so far. Regular.
Has made the biggest difference.
Just doing business.
One thing that you track consistently that you feel as though helped you the most with.
You feel as though. Okay, so I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure what that was at all. It was sped up than a motherfucker. That means it was boring. You know what I'm saying? That's what was really happening there. They was slow talking and umming and through the shit. And it was probably wild boring. You know, and they had to speed that bitch up. Okay. They went through two things. They was talking about some guy made $202,000 in 30 days. And of course, that's attractive to people because people having a hard time. You know what I'm saying? People want money. That's what they want, you know, and they having a hard time. And that's how they rope-a-dope you. You know what I'm saying? To say something like that, made $202,000 in 30 days, but they didn't really tell you what that was. Is that profit or is that gross? Because if that's gross and you made 202 and you spent 198, then you're a dub, you know? But all he said was like tracking KPIs, key performance indicators, and structuring and getting bookkeeping. Like, that's regular shit. Regular shit. You know what I mean? That's just doing regular business. And maybe we'll visit that again some other time. But that was boring me too bad. Okay? Because I guess Ben had a guest on there. He says a guy named Ed. And that guy Ed looked like a Ed for sure. You know, and he made $200,000 in 30 days. Now, that brings us to a different kind of point. You understand? Ed made $200,000 in 30 days, but he still looked like a slump and a slouch and probably still got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of how much money you make, you gotta find your way to being interesting, or else you're gonna get rope-a-doped, you know what I'm saying? Of course, by people who feel like they want to get a piece of your change, you know what I'm saying? So they'll be in your section for sure, but that don't mean that your life's gonna be better, that your life's gonna be fulfilling, you know what I mean? That things are gonna go the way you want them to go. You know, as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. It might, you know, more likely make it so that things are not gonna go the way you want them to go. You know what I mean? Because you was looking for people. So you did a bunch of things, and now at the point where you get the money, the people are looking for you. You know what I mean? So you're not seeking out the type of people that you want. The type of people that want you is coming to you, and that's how you end up with the anybody and everybody in your section. You know what I mean? And that's how dudes be ending up getting robbed and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's because of what's coming to them. You got to know the difference between what you're looking for and what's coming to you. Now, if you're a man and you talking about women and shit like that, then that's a different type of smooth. You gotta know how to let them come in, but you gotta keep them at arm's distance, maybe 2 arms distance. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like you can't mess with every element. You can. You just gotta know how. You know, if it's a harmful element, sometimes we dance with that. You know what I'm saying? We dance with the devil a little bit. You know, that's it, because that's how things get a little bit flavory. You know what I'm saying? The best fun you're gonna have is gonna have a little bit of danger in there. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact of life. That's why every time you're about to go have some real fun, from when you was young, probably you're about to go have some real fun, and people know you're about to go have some real fun. What they tell you: be careful, be safe, because they know when you having a blast, oh, it's gonna get dangerous. Because fun is dangerous. You know what I mean? And that's just the universe telling you gotta put a fucking cap on it. You know what I mean? You gotta fall back at some point. You gotta know you had your fun and just relax. You know, at some point. So like I said, when you get enough going on in your section for it to be attractive, you know, to other people, you feel me? Because again, everybody's having a hard time out here. So when you looking like your times is not so hard, they're gonna start coming in. You know what I mean? And that's when shit gets interesting, but that's when shit gets dangerous. You feel me? For me, shit gets funny. Speaking of, you know, that's why I'm back here doing this podcast, because I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't do the podcast in about a year, and that time flew by. And in that time, I've been flying off the handles. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that about myself, and I know that I was doing that, and I was watching it happen. But that's self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? I knew how much danger I was flirting with, you know, so I was keeping it on a level. You know, but I was flying off the fucking handles. I had got a different kind of work situation. You know, so the nightlife was really going noodles. You know what I'm saying? And I just spent way too much money on drinks in this past year, thousands of dollars, probably. And that's not a bend back thousands of dollars. I mean, that's real, real cash. You know what I'm saying? No BS. And I mean, it didn't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not out here simping, you know what I mean? And being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Look, you get your life to a certain point where you can have your fun, and you have your fun with no worries, you know, stress free, having your fun, and it feels good. It feels good. But it's also like people can sense that shit, man. And I met a lot of people when I was outside, and I did a lot of stuff when I was outside, but I made a lot of enemies. And I'm not about to sit here and tell you a story about how anything even happened. Like, I didn't do nothing to nobody. I didn't have to. You know, people was just ready to do something to me. You feel me? Because it was just looking and going too good on my side. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was walking through a certain club, a local joint in Brooklyn, man. And it was a little low key spot too. I'm talking about, I'm not even doing like the big huge clubs or nothing like that, because I know it gets frisky in those. You know what I'm saying? Because you get a lot of different types in there. You know what I'm saying? I like doing the local spots, little small spot. You know what I'm saying? The prices be reasonable, the people be local, so they don't be getting too crazy. You know what I mean? But one night, oh man, I met some dudes. They was going up too, and they happened to link up with some guys who I had met some weeks earlier who was also going up. So we was looking kind of strong. We was looking like a team. You know what I'm saying? I went to the bar to get some bottles. I'm talking about, I damn near needed a security escort, man. Dudes was just all in my face, man. I couldn't understand it. They was just ready to have a problem with me, just standing all in my way. I'm trying to get past them. They don't want to let me pass and all kind of shit. Like, they wanted to knock my head off just because I was living and breathing and everything was looking fine over here. You know what I'm saying? I guess they feel like I didn't deserve it, you know, but you can't govern that. You know what I mean? That was all going on in their head. There was nothing I could do about that, son. So I had to be on a swivel like I usually do. You know what I'm saying? But that's wrong. That's ridiculous. Like, we do more and we do better to make our life better. And then we think that things will get better for us. So you don't gotta be living like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the opposite started happening. You know, like, I was up and I was looking like I was up, and some people wanted to bring me down. You know, and the worst kind of haters you could have is just complete strangers. You know what I mean? That's an anytime, any place kind of thing. No connections to you. You feel me? Boys could hook you up. You can't even find them because you didn't know them in the first place. You never seen them before. They seen you though. You know, everywhere you went. You feel me? And being known like that, being seen like that, that's scary. And, you know, and that's why I don't fuck around on the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, these new people, I can't quite catch y'all. Y'all so desperate for fans. You know, and y'all don't understand how scary that is. How scary it is for you to go somewhere and people always know you and you never know them. You know, people always know where you going and you can't even see them coming. You know, that's crazy. That's wild. You feel me? We learned back in the 90s, don't move like that. That's how you get your head knocked off. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, in that time, women, it was action. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women action. And that's what really be bringing me outside. Come on, it's women outside. You know? And I mean, every now and again, it's women inside, but it ain't gonna be women inside like it's women outside. Okay? So that's why I was outside. It was the women was happening. You know? And I'm saying that to say, women, stop going outside. And I'm going to stop going outside. But then that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because the women got to be outside for you to get them inside. You know? And this It's called a paradox. That's how life just fucks you over. You know, because you want the woman inside, but the woman's outside, and you got to be outside to get the woman inside. And then once you get the woman inside, maybe you continue going outside because that's what you was doing. But she don't like that shit. Now she wants you inside. But girl, I met you outside. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have arguments, you know. That's what we're gonna do. And you know, I wonder a lot about shorties, because you know, shorties be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? The one thing they're gonna do on the internet is they're gonna show you their butt. All right, they're gonna show you their butt, and dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? You look at any, you look at any beautiful woman's comments. You know, you look at any beautiful woman's comments, and you're just gonna see a bunch of weird dudes, you know, and that's just a fucking fact. Oh man, shout to Chantel tuning in, okay, and I'm glad she did that, all right, because well, she doesn't know, because I'm sure she's never seen or listened to my podcast. That we have a segment on this podcast called Pod About Pods, all right, and that's when I listen to somebody's podcast and I basically critique it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my thoughts and my feelings as the podcast is going. Okay. And if she's tuned in right now, this would be the perfect time to play her podcast, as a matter of fact. All right. So on this episode of Pod About Pods, we got our friend Chantel here. All right. And she has a podcast. So I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna warn you now. I'm gonna speak my mind, you know, and just be mindful. This is a comedy podcast, okay? Maybe I'm gonna say some funny things, maybe I'm not. You know what I mean? No hard feelings. Or if it is hard feelings, they won't be coming from me. All right. So we're gonna play the pod, okay? And I just want to say, out the gate, we haven't even listened to the podcast yet. And the name of the podcast is Tushy's Corner. Okay. Now I get what you're doing there. But let me tell you a thing. Okay. Tushy's Corner. I want you to try to go on the website and buy tushyscorner.com. I guarantee that it has been taken by some weird dude with big glasses who do something like take pictures of chicks with toilet paper in their butt or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it got a certain kind of vibe to it. Tushy's Corner. Now, the saving grace is that there's a woman pictured on the podcast image. That's the saving grace. Okay, if a man had a podcast called Tushy's Corner, it would undoubtedly be some high level weird shit. So in the future, might have to do something about that name. Might have to, or not, you know, because you might find out in the future that dudes is Googling porn and then your podcast is coming up, Tushy's Corner. You know, so we're gonna play this episode right here. Looks like the latest one, maybe. It says Plain Jane versus Pretty Women. Now, already got a problem with that, you know, and that's a discussion that people have been having. One, I don't feel like women are just plain. You understand what I'm saying? Your mom shit you out, okay, and that's the way you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to label that as plain. If anything, when women strap on and glue on the detachable parts, that's extra. You know what I'm saying? We should be labeling them extra. You know, the way you were born can't be plain. You know, that's the regular, that's the going rate. That's how it's supposed to be. I guarantee you, any man in his life, or if I'm wrong, this dude's brain is broken. Any man in his life, first woman that he ever liked or saw or whatever, it's probably a natural woman. He liked it, he loved it, he was all about it. Like, men like that, you know what I'm saying? So to understand the other women as pretty is kind of wild to me, you know what I mean? And that's not the first time I heard that, you know. So you can be pretty as you are, you know. And we're gonna get into the podcast right now. Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta tell us it's your private thoughts, Chantel. It's all good. I'm doing a podcast right now of my private thoughts. You think people agree with me? They don't. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, and let's see if we can. Ooh, my fault. I gotta turn my speaker back on. We'll see if I can. I don't know if this joint gonna connect. There we go. All right, let's see what she's talking about now. Pretty women, because I like women. I like pretty women at that. All right. So we came in Harlem shaking.
Welcome to another episode of Tushy's Corner.
I believe.
Thank you guys
I feel
so
welcome.
much for tuning in and listening to me.
Oh, you're welcome.
You guys don't even know how much I appreciate you.
I certainly don't. But you just told me.
I appreciate you guys just listening to me.
I never had a woman tell me she appreciates my ears.
Thank you very, very much.
I liked it that for some reason.
Whether you're walking, whether you're taking a shower, whether you're cleaning.
I thought she was about to say taking a shit because Tushy's Corner.
I'm so grateful, and I definitely.
But she said shower.
For you guys, you know, I just love giving you guys my opinion on things. And I just love just talking, so why not just give you guys what you guys want?
She basically explained that she's a woman.
Thank you very much for tuning in. This is episode 8. I think the last episode I was like, I wasn't sure if it was 7 or 8, but this is really episode 8.
Is it?
So please, if you didn't listen to my last episode, you better listen to it. It was very, very good.
100% woman, telling me what to do already. We might be 30 seconds into her podcast, already telling me what to do.
If you did not. And today we're going to be talking about episode 8.
Oh.
And it's
titled, we would think that in episode 8 we would talk about episode 8.
Marry plain Jane woman over pretty woman.
Uh-huh.
And again, I don't like using pretty woman because I think
and you
in their own way.
Oh, you see how
we all look different. We all act different.
She started talking and now she's saying something closer to what I was saying. That the title kind of betrays what's actually happening in the podcast.
So that's what makes us women, and that's what makes us alike. But
right. Shout out to vaginas.
All beautiful in our own ways. So I came up with this topic because in the week I was. Here go Rude Gwen.
All women don't like talking.
And there was this one girl. I don't know if you guys seen.
That's a lie.
Like basically saying that why is it that plain Jane women are getting married over pretty woman.
I could tell you, I got some opinions on that.
This girl, she was pretty, but I felt like
the way she said that, I don't think she was pretty.
Because of like, you know, you're gonna have people that's gonna give you backlash, like, why are you talking?
Of course.
You look a certain way.
If human beings involved, there's gonna be a fight.
She was just basically trying to say, like, why is it that I'm working so hard to be beautiful and to look beautiful, and the girl that looks
because you don't got it like that,
plain, you know, not an ugly duckling, but she's plain and she's not putting no work or effort into her looks, she's getting the husband and I'm not.
Hell yeah.
And no lie, as soon as I seen that, I was like, she can't be serious. Like, you definitely cannot be serious. Like, why would you even question that?
Fully, because she's a hater. That's why.
Her real question should have been like, why she's not getting married, and not why pretty women aren't. Because I know beautiful women who are married and aren't in happy.
Chantel over here hitting the buttons, flipping the switches.
And, you know, it's just maybe not her. But anyway, I seen the video. And if you guys ever seen it, you will see my comment on the page, on the post. But I'm not going to get into what I said because I'm going to discuss that today in this episode. But let's just start.
Told us 5 times she was going to discuss it. Didn't discuss it yet.
To me, a plain Jane is a woman that basically doesn't care how she looks. She's not into labels. She's not into her hair.
Let's not say doesn't care.
She likes to look good. Don't get me wrong. She likes to look good.
And there we go. I'm speaking too soon.
Always having the beat face. Always going to the corner store looking like she's going to a club. You know, like her face has to be beat down. All
right, we're gonna stop it right there. We're gonna do that. We do that on purpose. You know, because if you want to hear the rest of that, Tushy's Corner, All right, you could go. I just typed that into my podcast app and it came up. Okay, so figure it out. All right, if you can't figure it out, get smarter. Okay, it's not me. Get smarter. All right. So she was mashing the button. She was hitting the switches. Okay, the title kind of betrayed what the podcast was actually about. Okay, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a wrong thing. You know what I mean? That's the okie doke. That's the rope a dope. Okay, and that's fine. So, let me get one in from Gwen talking right now. What she say? Oh, men not into spending on vain things in their majority. Yes. This is kind of what I was about to get into just now too. When she was saying the podcast is actually about how come the plain Jane, quote unquote, woman is getting married. You know, the guys are marrying them, and that kind of goes into what I said in the beginning. Regardless of what ladies end up doing, men know or learn what women look like when they're young. Okay, and when we're young and the first girl you have a little crush on, or you feel like you like, or you're wondering what's happening in your brain, you know what I'm saying, is a little girl, and she looks the way she looks when she was born. Okay, they don't put the wigs on and stuff until much later, you know, and they don't start gluing stuff to their body much later on in life. But men understand that women look like their natural selves. That's what we like. Okay, there's no dispute in it. Okay, unless you find a guy who only started liking women in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Which is insane. You know, that's a different thing you got going on if you just start liking women in your 20s. Okay, but men understand longevity with women, even though we act like we don't. We know, but we act like we don't because we do know. You know what I mean? So we want to do the opposite thing for as long as possible, you know, before we commit. You know, because you have to be finished. Like I was saying earlier with Highland, you have to be finished with the dumb shit before you really lock in with a lady and sit down and settle down and just decide to be with her. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is we you'll scoop a pretty chick, quote unquote pretty chick. You know what I'm saying? If she got the fucking look, man, I like me a natural woman above all else. You know what I'm saying? But when I see the shorty with the little eyelashes on her forehead from the wig, whatever, you know how y'all be doing. Y'all just be doing that shit. And when her fucking eyelashes is sweeping the porch, that's what I call it, sweeping the porch, sweeping her whole cheeks like this, you know, and the lip gloss is bumping and all that, and you see the nails look like they're gonna tear your throat out. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that. I just like it, and I'm just with the shits. Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, I'm with the shits, you know. But altogether, she looks mostly like sex to me, you know, like it's a sexy thing. You know, that I don't know what it is about the combination of those things that just makes her look like a sexy creature. I'm not necessarily wanting to see that every day or every night, and I'm positive that when that goes to sleep and wakes up, it doesn't look like what it looks like right now. You know, it just doesn't. And that's men living in reality. You know what I'm saying? So we most likely to lock in the quote unquote plain Jane joint because she looks like herself all the time. You know, she looks like something I like all the time. It doesn't take her 3 hours to transform into a different creature in order for me to like her. You know what I mean? If you sat down and gave that some thought, it doesn't make any fucking sense to commit to that. You know, so men naturally just don't. We just don't. You know, because regardless of what's actually happening, men live in a firm reality. We feel like we know how the world is. You know, regardless of what's happening in the house or on the street, whatever like that, we feel like we generally understand how the world fucking works. So we gravitate toward those general working items. You know, and one of those working items is if Your mom shits out the lady, and the lady grows up beautiful without gluing things to her body. That's what you like. All right. And that's just the way that works. That's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? It's women with so many questions about this because y'all don't live in the same reality. A lot of times y'all live in a reality that was built by some man, you know, where he kind of been the gatekeeper, shielding you from what he don't want you to see and giving you all the things that he do want you to see, whether it be your father, your brother, your man, whatever have you. You know, so what do y'all start doing? Y'all start competing with each other. You know, imagine a dude walking up to a woman who's pretty and they hitting it off. And then at the end of the conversation, he's like, pardon, darling, I'm sorry, but I like you and all, but your eyelashes is not long enough. You know, your forehead don't have a Hitler mustache. Okay, so I feel like we can't be together. You know what I'm saying? Your wig is not banging. You know, you have your natural hair. So I feel like we can't be together. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Imagine that. You feel me? If a guy does do that, got problems. Got big problems. I was listening to another podcast where they were saying any guy who only messes with bad chicks, you know, is gay. All right, because he's not going for what he wants as much as he's trying to signal to everybody else that he's into something. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking cover up, because every dude who is out here slanging and banging, you know, got at least one blemish on the record. You smashed something, you bodied something that you don't want nobody to know about because your man instincts was kicking in. I don't know what it is. Sometimes a chick could be looking type hit and I'm looking at her and I'm like, but I want to know what's going on over there. I want to know what that's about right there. I don't know what it is. Okay. But I want to know what's happening under those clothes. You know, and that's how you end up smashing something, you know, that you just be fully ashamed of. You know, she's all smiles, you know, but by the end of it, you're just wondering if you really should have done that. You know what I mean? But that's just being a man. That's just being a man, you know, because men, we truly like women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever see a dude baby mother and she be looking hurt bad, you know, and it'd be woman who will wonder what happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's always dudes asking where the hoes at, and you peep their baby mothers, and their baby mothers be hit, hurt. Okay. And it's only really women who's gonna ask, like, well, if you want to know where the hoes at, and if you always trying to fuck with bad bitches, like, what happened to your baby mother? Every dude knows what happened with that baby mother. Boy was just at the end of a night, or maybe he was in a slump or whatever have you, and he peeped her, and his man instincts just kicked in. Like, I know I usually don't be fucking around in this section, but I want to know what's going on over there. I want to know what's under those clothes. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get a little carried away. You know what I mean? Then boom, baby mother. You know, because that's how it be. Because those chicks be low maintenance too. They're like, shit. You know what I mean? If she got her wig on and she got the fucking eyelashes on her wig, she's coming in kind of high maintenance. You know, you could probably smash it, and she gonna ask you for something. She gonna ask you for something before you smash it. You feel me? But that hit chick, you gonna smash that, and she gonna offer you things. You know what I'm saying? She gonna fry you some chicken right after you smash. You feel me? And the dudes is gonna be like, you know, for me, that's when we feel like the fucking, you know, Miss USA pageant. For me, you know, because dudes always giving stuff. You know, if you're a solid dude, you're always giving stuff. When a woman offer you something, it seems like full insanity. Your world goes upside down. You know, that happened to me earlier this year. A woman bought me a drink. Like, I bought two women at a table. I just bought them a drink because they were looking like salty with the stank face. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. I don't like when I'm partying in places and people got the salty frowny face on. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who gonna do something. You feel me? So I'll be nice to those people. So I was nice to shorty. You know, two shorties. I bought them a drink apiece. Boom, boom. Right? They peeped what I was drinking, and then when I walked by them again, they flagged me down. Hey. I said, what's up? I thought they was gonna ask me for another drink, and I'm like, man, y'all I was ready to go up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, what the fuck y'all think this is? Yo, and they at the edge of the table was my drink. You know what I'm saying? And now these shorties wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they didn't catch my eye or nothing like that when I first saw them. But once that drink slid to the edge of that table, I was Miss USA. Oh, for me? Oh my God. I would like to thank my mother. I would like to thank, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the feeling. That's the feeling. And one of those chicks could have been my baby mother. You feel me? Just off of the feeling. You feel me? I was ready. I was with the shits now on them. And I'm fucking crying because this is stupid. You know, but I'm crying because it's funny to me. But that's how it is being a guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get a hit baby mother. So I've been on my way to a hit baby mother a few times. That's why I offer things too, because a lot of times women are gonna offer shit back. That keeps your head on straight. You feel me? And that's how you end up without the hit baby mother. You feel me? So again, this is all off the strength of Tushy's Corner. You get what I'm saying? She hitting some topics right now. Maybe we play another one next week. I think next week I got another podcast in the lineup, but I feel like every time we don't got one, then maybe we play Tushy's Corner, because she tackling the issues. You know what I'm saying? So far. You know what I mean? What we got to do is go back to the first one. The first one is where all the fuck ups be at. You know, so we got to go back to the first podcast you do and see what's really going on there. By number 8, you probably got something down pat. You feel me? But I'm gonna just let Chantel know this will be my 50th episode, actually, which sounds crazy. That means in 2 more episodes, then you could get 1 year worth of listening out of me if you do one a week. You know what I'm saying? And that's 1 hour. I'm talking to myself for a fucking hour 50 times. Okay, that's 50 hours of this insanity. Okay, because got problems. Somebody recently told me I need to go to a therapist. Now, okay, like I said, I live in reality. So do I need a therapist? Yes. Am I going to get therapy? No, because 2 reasons. 1, too much money. I don't need to pay that much money for conversation. Okay, I can have a conversation by myself. You're watching me do it right now. Okay, if anything, I should be paying me. Okay, 2, I didn't spend all this time balancing this psychosis for just to pay somebody to try to drug me up or something, or tell me I'm fucking it up. Fuck you. Okay, I've been at this for a while. I'm balancing the plate on the stick and spinning it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pull up and show you that just for you to tell me how stupid and not useful that is. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is stupid and not useful. You feel me? But we like to watch the plate spin on the stick. And that's why if you got psychosis, if you need therapy, you gotta be entertaining. Okay? You can't just have regular issues. You gotta have magazine issues. Okay? Them boys gotta read like Vogue. You feel me? And then you put them on a podcast and you go the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Shout out. Call me hot. Saying my therapist will walk out on me like every woman in my life. But you know what I'm saying? Because we assume that the therapist is going to be a woman. All right. And because that's how much of a fucking pig I am. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even I feel like I wouldn't even want to pay a man, you know? Shout out to Chantel. People lie in therapy. Yes, they do. And that's the problem with people. They're not honest. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're not helping yourself. You're just paying the therapist. That's all you're doing, because you're not honest. Learn how to be honest with yourself, and you could actually resolve a lot of your own issues. You know, like realize things like I just did just now. I told you I needed therapy. I know that because I knew that about myself, because I'm an honest man. Okay. And I try to live a life in an honest way. You feel me? And a lot of people get upset when people say stuff to them. And I tell them all the time, it's not about people talking about you. It's not about the things people say about you. If somebody could tell the truth about you and about the stuff that you're doing, and you get offended, that's because you living foul. It's not them. It's not them. It's you. You know? And Chantel's asking if honesty works in every situation. And that's a hard no. But you're going to realize, Chantel, I pick my words very precisely. And I stay away from good and bad, right and wrong. Because those areas are too judgmental. They're too situational. They don't work. You know what I mean? If what's right for me is wrong for you, we can't know if it's right or wrong. That's why we stay away from that. You know, that what we gauge our actions on is intention. Did we do what we intended to do? Was the outcome what we intended it to be? You know, because sometimes I say some stuff to people and maybe I'll hurt their feelings. And I won't apologize for saying what I said, but I will apologize for hurting their feelings because I didn't intend to do that. I intended to tell them the truth, sure, but I didn't intend to cause harm. And if I caused harm, then I can apologize for that. You know, and that's the nuance in life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been around, you know what I'm saying? And I've been with some ladies and I'm not with them no more, but I don't believe they hate me. Because there was good intent. If anything, if nothing else, there was intent. You know, and there was intent to be good. You know, and that's all I can do. I could try my best, you know, but my version of good, so to speak, it just could be so different from what you know, want, and understand. You feel me? So that's just the differences between people. You got to understand the differences between people. You have to acknowledge the differences between people. But first, you got to be honest with yourself. Honest with yourself. Honest with yourself. You know, and that, I mean, that'll carry you. You know, you might have to get a bigger vocabulary about yourself because you can't just pull up on every chick you meet and just be telling her you full of shit. You got to find a cool way to say it. And that's what I do. You know, I find cool ways to say things. You feel me? But I could pull up on a lady and tell her I'm full of shit. But she won't tell me that she's full of shit back because she's probably not as honest as I am. You know what I mean? But that's never considered, you know, in the conversational exchange. You feel me? Because I can tell you right now, people in general just say a lot of things to me. I don't know what it is about me. People feel like they could just say stuff, and they do. And they fucking do. A woman told me recently that I needed a haircut. And she was wearing hair that she purchased. Now, how you gonna purchase long hair and wear it and see me growing my hair and tell me I need to cut it? Cause you a hater. Cause you a hater. Cause you a hater. Now, did I smash? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because the purchase of her hair was not enough to deter me from the allure of those cheeks. But, that's how you know you could be smashing a chick and she could fully be hating on you. Fully. You feel me? Every time she see my hair, she probably hate it. Don't know. You feel me? Even my fucking, I don't even know if you want to call it a beard. It is, I guess. If it's on the chin, it's a beard. Beard for that matter. You feel me? My mom used to tell me to cut it off because I'm never going to grow a whole beard. Now, was she right? Yes, she was. Yes, she is. But that's hater shit. Because it's like, if I need to cut my shit off, if you a fucking expert, how about you grow one? You grow one. You know what I mean? Fellas, start telling these ladies that. If your beard not connecting and they talking shit, tell them grow one. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even know. When they start turning 50 and shit like that, that mustache is going to lock in. It's going to lock in. You're going to really be showing me how it's done. Them chest hairs is going to start jumping right out of there. Taco me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all go out, she's going to have to be like, meow, meow. And that's when you could get in her ass. Like, oh, damn, honey, baby, sweetie, you showing me how it's done, ain't you? You chest head down. You bearded up. Your mustache is hitting. Okay? And give her a piece of that medicine. See how cute that shit feels. You feel me? That's the only time you can get them back. You feel me? You gotta let time pass. You feel me? Because it's only in the twilight of life where men, you start to see the longevity. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, they start to breaking down. They go real Honda Civic on you. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be looking real benzo. You feel me? You get an old school 90s 5 Series, 6 Series. That shit could still ride. That Honda Civic, it's going down, baby. It's going down. Use a putt-putt. You feel me? I'm out here looking distinguished. You know what I'm saying? We both getting gray hair and taco meat and mustache, but only one of us is going to be lit because of it. You understand what I'm saying? So you just got to read your newspaper and you got to yes dear them until the twilight of life. That's when you could start sauteing that ass, cooking them, smoking them. You feel me? You ain't lit no more. I'm lit. You feel me? And that's just the real nigga shit about it. You feel me? That's why it's fun. That's why it's fun. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I only really want to be with some woman because I just want to know that I could have somebody to just cut ass on all day, every day. And that's why you got to have your own house too. You got to have your own house and you got to move the woman into it, because when you cut ass on her, she can't kick you out. She can't kick you out. The most she could probably do, is put you on the couch. Now, I used to say that I wouldn't let no woman put me on a couch in my house. That's a lie, though. I would definitely let it fly, because you gotta let them have their domain. You could kick me out the bedroom and you could kick me out the kitchen. Okay, that's 2 places you could kick me out of, because I want you in those 2 places. You feel me? So if you're gonna have the domain over it, you gotta just give the woman those spaces. You feel me? Because I need her barefoot, scantily clad in my kitchen, frying assorted meats. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can't be the boss of every fucking thing. You know, that don't make no goddamn sense. That's like if you're a dentist and you go to a fucking surgeon and you tell them you're going to do the surgery because you're the fucking boss. No, that's what they good at. That's what they good for. That's what their purpose is. Let them have the domain, the whole thing. But you just got to make sure it's your house, so she can't kick you all the way out the house. You can't be on the curb. You know what I'm saying? But definitely you out the kitchen and you out the bedroom, guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I keep my house bare bones too, because I fully intend, you know what happens with a lot of guys? They get a space and they live in it, and then they park the woman in there, and the woman want to change a lot of stuff. She want to throw away a bunch of your shit. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. And the fact of the matter is, though, you shouldn't have had all that shit in the first place. Okay, you shouldn't have had all that shit in the first place, because if you a single man, you have to fashion your life in a way where a woman could come in and make her impact. Okay, if she gotta fuck your whole shit up to fit herself in the space, it's because you fucked up. You went too selfish with it. You went too far with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow room for people to come in and do their thing. And come on. All right, call me Hop on Instagram now. Talking about chill. The kitchen is neutral territory. Spoken like a true fat belly. You know what I'm saying? Kitchen is not neutral territory. Okay? If anything, it traditionally belongs to the woman, and maybe she can allow you in at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying? But this is her space. Okay? Because the break fix is not neutral territory. Like when something needs to be repaired, lifted, moved, push pulled, we not gonna call the woman. You understand? We're not gonna do that. And she's not gonna fucking jump up and be like, yeah, let me lift that. Let me lift with my legs. You know what I'm saying? Fuck no. Fuck no. There's just certain spaces where people belong naturally. You know what I'm saying? That's why men, they do the muscle thing. Men just gain and retain muscle mass more and better than women because that's our job. Move, push, pull, break, fix. Okay? Women naturally gather, hoard, investigate, distribute. All of those are properties of cooking. You know what I'm saying? You make sure all the shit is in the refrigerator. You're looking for new and exciting recipes so that you can prepare it and distribute it to the family. This is what women do naturally. You feel me? The kitchen is their domain. That's just where they belong. That whole neutral territory and 50-50 shit, that's what's fucking people up. Because once the woman walk in one day and decide 50-50 that she want to be the fucking man, you're going to have a fucking problem with it. All right? So no, ain't no neutral territory. You be the man, let her be the fucking woman. You know what I mean? And call it right there. You feel me? And y'all just witnessed me talk to myself for a goddamn hour because this show's over. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody who jumped in on the live. You feel me? Shout out to Chantel being a good sport. Right? And look, I'm rusty on the shits, but y'all could call into this podcast too. If I could ever figure out the fucking number. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you what it is. There we go. You could call into this podcast and leave a message. That's at 716-666-0492. And did I find the only number that was outstanding with a 666 in it? I surely did. You could call up and leave a message about anything. You want to say something? You want to make a suggestion? You just want to curse me out? That's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I could stop you or anything. That's 716-666-0492. Audio podcasts on Mondays, video podcasts on Wednesdays. Search RiHuBe in your favorite podcast app, or just Google that and you'll find all my stuff because I made up a word. All right, 716-666-0492. And most importantly, fuck y'all.